Maria here. It's 1 p.m. on a Saturday. I had commented on my last video that this week was really important, that Friday, yesterday, was the day that I would be approved for my bypass or not. And I think that by my face and my attitude and by the title of this video, you know that I was approved for my gastric bypass. I think the process here in Colombia is very, very different as to what it is in the States. Not very, very different, but it has its differences. The doctor I saw last night was a very nice guy who was busy, very, very busy. He had a whole bunch of patients. And he's one of the doctors in my insurance. And he was really busy, so he was about an hour late in seeing me. So I went in there with the most brilliant attitude, with the most positive outlook on things, really nice, really sweet, as charming as I could be. And the guy just looked at me. I mean, he was just like typing on his computer, listening to everything I was saying, you know, like typing it in. All of a sudden he just looks at me and he's like, "You're very cultured, you know?" And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you, doctor." He's like, "You know why I'm telling you that?" I'm like, "Why, doctor?" He's like, "Well, because people come in here demanding that I give them authorization for gastric bypass. And you've come here, told me your story, and you're here open to hear what suggestions I have for your weight problem. That is being cultured. So you know what? I'm gonna give you authorization for your bypass because you have all the right conditions and your attitude is absolutely brilliant." I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. I didn't want to show him how excited I was because I think that if you show a doctor at that moment how excited you are, he's probably thinking, this girl is probably not conscious of her, or this girl is not conscious of her health problems, but she's probably excited about how she's going to look without the 80 pounds that she's got, the extra 80 pounds that she's got. So I tried to like maintain my composure. But I talked, the guy was super nice, super cool, a gentleman. I mean, he was awesome. Later I was thinking, maybe he's thinking about a post-op date. In my perverse mind. Just awesome. It brings tears to my eyes, really. This is a life-changing experience, and you guys say it in your videos all the time. I've heard you guys say it, but you don't really realize it, or you can't really see the dimension of things until you're in the situation, just like I am right now. And honestly, this is amazing. My life started changing ever since I started watching you guys on YouTube. Once I started feeling better about myself, accepting my fat body, accepting my eating weaknesses, my bad eating habits, my poor health, all of those things that I started being conscious of and talking about them without them being taboo in my life anymore, my life started to change. So this change has been going on for the past 2 or 3 months since the process began. And I still have like 4 or 5 other doctor's appointments. I have to see the psychiatrist, I have to see the pneumologist, I have to get a couple of exams, taken blood exams. I have to, well, I don't know, I can't remember out of the top of my head right now, but there's a lot of things that I still have to do. But the most important thing is that I was approved, and being approved to me is just like, yes, you've won the lottery, here's your check. You can't cash it yet, but you've got your check, you know. So yeah, it's amazing. It's really, really amazing. And regarding the change that I have had related to my weight problem and to the shame of being fat and to the embarrassment and to the all that burden that we all carry as women because we're fat in society. I am not affected by comments as badly as I was before I started to confront the situation, before I started facing the situation, my weight problem situation. Yesterday, a little boy that I had a great relationship with, or have a great relationship with in my first grade phonics class, said I was the fattest girl in the world. Two little boys came and told me, you know, Miss, she said that you were the fattest. And I'm like, my God. So, you know, you should not talk to people like that, this and that. You can't talk to people, you can't talk about people like that. What if I was tan with black eyes, and what if I looked different, my skin was different, my eyes were different, my hair was different? Would you point fingers then too? You can't do that. The kid was bawling. He was completely ashamed, crying. My boss was there, like scolding him too. We were both very mellow about it because the kid is like 6 years old, 5 years old. He's a baby. But at early stages is when you have to catch these people. You have to catch kids and mold them and teach them just not to judge, because that's the right age to do it. That's where you should start doing it. So yeah, that was tough. And then today I went food shopping. I have just gotten back from food shopping, and I took a cab. The guy was a jerk. He parked like down the block instead of parking in front of my house. I got out of the car, came to the other side of the car to take out my groceries, and the guy starts driving off. So I bang on his window, hey, you're taking my groceries. The guy starts going, you fucking this, you fucking that. You go fucking eat a tub of lard, you fucking piece of shit. You're fucking fat and disgusting and you're fucking gross. So I went off too, you know, this guy's treating me like I'm some disgusting, like, booger on the wall. So, you know, I went off on the guy too. I'm like, you low-life piece of shit, garbage, fucking picker. You gross this, you gross that, you fucking low-life taxi driver. But he called me fat. And he had the last word. After he said that, I said, I'm not gonna continue fighting with this asshole, because he can get out of the car and beat the fuck out of me. And I'm a woman, I'm all alone on the street. Guys can do that here. He could have a gun, he could have a bat, he could have a piece of metal, a metal stick in his car and beat me up. That happens here. It happens everywhere. So, you know, I said, forget it. I'm just not gonna. So I felt like crap when this guy called me fat, but I'm like, you know what? I have a chance. This guy has no chance of getting out of being a cab driver for the rest of his life. I have a chance to stop feeling gross and to stop feeling ugly and so on and so forth. But about being fat, I also wanted to say, I want to apologize about what I said in my last video. I was thinking of bringing down that video and like deleting the video, but I've already said it and some of you have already watched it. But I was really bitchy, you know. Last week I was very stressed because it was the week that I would be or would not be approved. So I was really, really, really bitchy. But I said things on my last video like, I don't want a guy who settles for the fat girl. And I then realized that a lot of girls are married. A lot of girls that are overweight are married. It doesn't mean that their guys have settled for them, like I said in my video. So I'm very sorry. My shrink says something very important. He's like, love is not only for fashion models. Love is for everybody. And if a man loves you, he doesn't care whether you're fat or you have hair under hair on your chin, or you snore, or he loves you for who you are. And that's all I wanted to say. Just because I have a chance at being thin doesn't mean that fat people are worth nothing. We're all people. Kisses, goodbye. I'm very happy.